Hello everybody and welcome back to another segment. Today's word is brought to you by the word diversity. Now I'm gonna let my friend take over.
Do you know Alan Scott is gay?
Yeah.
The Green Lantern?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck?
That's stupid.
That's
He's never been he hasn't been gay for like 60 years.
That doesn't matter. It allows you.
How about the fact that Thor's a woman? How about that?
Are you
See, this is what we're talking about. Diversity. Too many people are complaining. Oh, Thor's a woman. The first Green Lantern's gay. Oh, Iceman's gay now. Marvel's making him gay. Like, what's going on? Oh, Spider-Gwen? Like, what? What is this?
And just recently, DC Comics announced, or they posted a video on their YouTube channel, explaining the backgrounds of the lesbian, gay, comics, or gay, lesbian, transgender, bisexual characters in comic books. One of them being Midnighter, who has a husband called Apollo, which I also actually talked about in the previous videos of DC Comics. I think it was June 3rd releases or June 10 releases, and how there was like a big controversy over a gay character. Why people were saying, oh, why is this character a gay person? Like, that's not cool. We shouldn't have gay characters in comic books. And me personally, I don't give a fuck.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
Let me give you an example. Stan Lee's X-Men. That's the biggest thing that we can say, biggest analogy for diversity. Here, I feel like I remember reading or hearing an interview where Stan Lee said that he created the X-Men, him and Jack Kirby created X-Men because they were trying to raise issues back in the 60s with diversity.
Yes.
Like gay people, homosexuals, gypsies, different races, and that's what the X-Men is, right? A bunch of different people with different abilities. And a lot of people complain about that, that's, the X-Men are pretty much, like a metaphor for all the bad things that people see in other people because they're different. And now people are bringing that back up again, like with the example of Midnighter, with also the example of Thor being a woman, which is not even a bad thing. It's no spoiler alerts. We can't say who that is because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you guys have read the new Thor stuff, but it's good stuff. But
and here's my thing. Here's my take on this. You guys, okay, for those of you who actually started reading and actually know some of your stuff, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be that guy who doesn't really know all of the stuff. But let me tell you one thing. You guys are complaining the fact that Thor's a woman. There's a gay Green Lantern. Is it Miles Morales, right? He's gay too, right?
No, he's straight. But he's black. He's black and Mexican, and he's Spider-Man.
But there was a point where they were implementing the fact that he was bisexual. I did mention this before in my current Minecraft series with my friend Slyfox, where I did say that he's also portraying the bisexual community, mainly because the way I think it was a conversation with Stan Lee. I think like a fan asked him why hasn't he found like a love interest, and I think it's because they said there's a possibility that he might be bisexual. Miles.
Wow. See, I don't know.
But again, this is just all speculation and rumors. But regardless, to me that doesn't matter. But
it doesn't. And the thing is, to finish that up, you guys are making this huge issue, like, oh, it's affecting your life really that bad. But yet you have no problem with the fact that they make almost how many universes? An unlimited amount of universes where Superman is really a woman, or he's black, or it's like, dude.
Oh yeah, when they introduced Val Zod, I remember there was a bunch of people complaining about that one too.
But I hear no complaints on that lately. Like, oh dude, this new Superman, Earth 2. For those who haven't read it, there's a black Superman. No one's complained yet about it. I haven't heard any complaints. Have you?
Have.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe he has.
I've heard actually.
But come on, dude. You guys got to get over that. It makes the story more attention grabbing. You wanna get stuck on something new.
And not only that, but like, what's wrong if they want to choose a character to fit like a certain race? Like, for example, like the Val Zod being the Black Superman. What if they want to just grab the attention? What if people were saying before, how come there's no really like top black superhero? Even though we have characters like Black Panther, John Stewart, Green Lantern, amazing. That's hands down one of my favorite Green Lanterns. Simon Baz isn't black. He's
Middle Eastern.
I was actually confused by it before because I always figured his costume because of the mask. I always got confused. I'm not saying this as a joke. I actually thought he was one of those characters that just wore like a luchador mask and just like went out. But it turns out that this is an actual character from Middle Eastern. His origin story is actually really fucking messed up. But again, like things like this don't matter. This is what makes a character come out. This is what that helps people that are actually trying to get into comic books want to get into something where maybe they want to feel more at home with themselves, like a family oriented, their heritage, or their sexuality. If they want to read up on a character that's just straight up almost had a lesbian marriage. You got to pick up Batwoman. Batwoman almost had a lesbian marriage, and I think fans were complaining at the fact that she was going in that direction. And I'm sitting here going like, why the fuck does that matter? Just like it says, how is something like that affecting your life? Are you as a guy going out there dressed up like Batwoman, and then you're gonna look down at somebody who's a cross-dresser? I shouldn't even say cross-dresser. I feel like when I say things like that, it sounds hateful. I feel like
it just promotes, that notion that people that are different are bad people, which you're not. We give them labels like feminist, cross-dressers, gay, fag, stuff like that.
Dude.
Really hateful things.
And that's why I don't want to use the word cross-dresser.
And you gotta think about why these companies are promoting that, so that you guys can get over that bullshit.
Remember this, it's 2015. It's not 1965 anymore.
Get over it.
So, this is why so many people, old people, older readers, they tend to nitpick these kind of things because they're like, oh, what are you doing to my characters? You're changing their this and that. Well, it's, as companies tend to usually do, they do reboots so they can appeal to a wider audience.
Just like how in movies where they try to make characters come out either being like a sex appeal character or in general they try to make it more masculine. That's why there's always controversy with Black Widow and Avengers, why there was supposed to be an action figure of Black Widow on a motorcycle, but instead they changed it to Captain America on the motorcycle. And me, honestly, it kind of hurt. That was a very awesome scene. It was a fucking awesome scene where you gotta see Black Widow just pop out on the motorcycle, pick up the freaking shield, and take it. How the hell are you gonna come out of nowhere and go like, oh, instead of Black Widow, let's change it up and bring out fucking Captain America on the motorcycle? I don't think I've even saw that on the movie.
You might as well bash on She-Hulk because she's a woman and she shouldn't be as bulky and buff and taking down other villains. You might as well. But no complaints there. Sorry. You might as well bash on Power Girl because she's practically a woman version of Superman. No, you can't.
But even then, people were also complaining about Power Girl because of the way her character is developed. She has, boobs. Get over it. She has big boobs. And hands down to this day, that character is still one of my favorite characters because, like I mentioned, and every other...
See these man boobs, okay?
Just Power Ryan.
So just like I mentioned in my other videos, I'm a huge fan when it comes to different alternate versions of characters. Just like how I said, there's a female version of Superman, not Supergirl, but there is a Superman version as a female. It was, I believe, in another Earth. I think, what was it? Or what Earth was it?
Earth 20.
Was it 22?
I'm not sure. Check the Multiversity guidebook. It's somewhere down there.
He has it. While he's checking that out, I'm pretty sure we'll find it.
No, it's the guidebook. It's a thicker one.
But
anyways, no, it's there. Trust me, it's the single issues. But for example, just since people are writing new stuff, there's this new character called Miss Marvel, and the whole Marvel universe called Kamala Khan. And Miss Marvel was Carol Danvers at first. And what should I say? The new Miss Marvel is Kamala Khan, and she's of Middle Eastern descent, and she's a young girl, and she's an Inhuman, and a lot of people actually enjoy the story. It's actually doing really, really well, and people don't complain about that. But
Earth 11.
There you go.
Earth 11. My bad. I'm gonna have to interrupt you right here. This is the Amazons of Themyscira impose their law on the whole world. This is the Justice League Guild that comprises of Wondrous Man, Aqua Woman, Batwoman, Superwoman, Jessie Quick, Star Sapphire, Power Man, and Zatara. So basically, it is. Oh, go.
See, you complain about that.
So there's a world. So something that I also wanted to mention is whether
Green Lantern's gay.
Yeah. So another thing that I wanted to mention, is, as it's the middle of the video, if you're still watching,
Green Lantern's gay though.
I know he is, and I'm happy for him.
I don't like it.
You should.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Shut up. Let me continue what I'm trying to say.
No.
So.
Because that's what comic books readers do. We don't like anything. We always hate everything.
Justice must be served.
The reason why I'm saying that you have to accept what you're reading, whenever you go out and pick a comic book, you have to already expect. You have to just be surprised by it. You're not supposed to go and get a comic book and then because somebody ends up, turning out to be gay, or someone ends up being transgender. Or someone just ends up loving a woman who is a woman, lesbian, stuff like that. You're not supposed to hate a comic just because of that. You're not supposed to go out there and be so damn judgmental just because your parents didn't approve of it. Doesn't mean that you have to do what they're doing. I mean, unless, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have an opinion on it. I'm not saying you're an idiot, but essentially, you shouldn't make it a threat. You shouldn't come out and make threats to people saying things like, or come out and just attack things in general. I feel like whenever I pick up a comic book, I'm already expecting something to be surprised on, because there's a reason why I bought the comic book in general. Like, I don't pick it up to be like, oh, there better not be a guy kissing another guy. I'll welcome a fucking man running in there with a thong running around in the comic book. Am I the only one? I think.
No, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either, because that's the whole point of comics. You pick it up. You're not supposed to pick up a comic on something you do know. If you do, fine, you're collecting it, obviously, but people who are brand new into the comic world, like for me, once in a while, like if I see a new issue, I'm like, oh, I gotta pick it up. Maybe because I know it, maybe I don't, but like he said, the surprise, the suspense of just being like, what to expect in the story. Be surprised. Sure, you see a lesbian and it's not supposed to be right. Who cares? It's just the fact that finish the story. Don't just stop and be like, she's a lesbian. I'm just gonna stop reading this. This is
or go out and like make an attack on a lesbian comic book character.
Yeah.
So the reason why we're talking about this in the video is because I want you guys to understand that, just like John said, it's 2015. We're finally getting over the fact that there's a bunch of things in life. Because I'm gonna come out and say it. I had friends who were so closed-minded that whenever we saw, I think it was Transamerica. I think that was the movie. I think that was the movie where like the dude ends up becoming a woman. I think it was Transamerica. I think it's like a transgender movie. Everybody, there were people in class that were just like so hateful. And if you guys follow me on Tumblr, you guys know that sometimes I'll post things saying how I hated high school in general. These were some of the reasons why. Like you go over so many places, you hear it everywhere. You hear from parents being so racist because there's a character that's becoming black. Like when Falcon was taking the Captain America persona, there were people actually coming out saying, oh, Captain America's supposed to be white. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they introduce a Blue Beetle that's super light-skinned and they call him Jaime Reyes, and then there's going to be somebody out there coming out saying, oh, he's too white, he's supposed to be a little browner. There's always going to be a problem in comic books in general, and me personally, like, I just stopped caring. It got to the point where even when we start, and now we're going to be talking about movies. Yes. We have the Joker coming out. I personally don't like how it looks. The whole tattoo thing doesn't go. I know this is like a big change in like from going from talking about like transgender, lesbians, gays, bisexuals, talking about like looks. And this is the reason why I'm saying this, because this is a bigger topic. This is going towards, even as a comic book reader, you see it in comic book fans that they hate these specific things. And again, like I said myself, I don't like how the Joker looks, and I hate the tattoo things, but this guy over here enjoys it, and he's gonna come out saying exactly why that is.
And the thing is too, I agree with the same thing. I don't go with it.
And this is where this guy comes in and tells us off.
But like he's saying too, I can care less. It's not affecting my life. It's just my opinion on it. That's it.
I get to choose whether or not I want to watch the movie.
That's how it should be, by the way. An opinion, not a threat. Again, that's the whole point. Now, John,
but what they're implying is they're not going to attack me because I actually don't mind how Jared Leto's Joker looks, or how Margot Robbie, that's her name, right?
Maggie Robbie. Yeah.
Margot Robbie, how her Harley Quinn looks. I'm reserving my judgment until the movie. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm saying this now because I was a hypocrite. During 2008, when I heard like, oh, Heath Ledger's a Joker, I'm like, oh man, what? He's too much of a pretty boy.
I thought that was good though.
But Heath Ledger's Joker was really good. It's not my favorite Joker, but he's really good. Okay.
See, I'm not saying
so here's the thing. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna reserve my judgment until the movie. What I'm saying is that people need to stop having this elitist attitude and how they're so entitled to their comic book properties when they're not casting directors, they're not writers, they're not screenwriters. They shouldn't have these like overarching opinions against other people because it just makes them look like a prick. And fanboys are usually the downfall of many things that we enjoy so much.
And I'll admit to come out saying that I was one of those people who just went all off on Twitter because personally, again, like I said, I don't like how the Joker looks. I don't like how Harley Quinn looks. They both look like cosplayers. They both look like these preteen kids who are rebelling against their parents because they couldn't get their iPhone 6.
Damaged.
And not only that, but it looks like they have like MySpace profiles where they probably worked at Hot Topic at one point.
Damage,
and it's just like, MySpace emo angle. I'm not gonna say that I never had that kind of photo, because I did. I had like several photos like that. But what I'm saying is the fact that like just like I said, like comic book fans, we're probably the worst. The reason why I say we're is because when it gets
we're so picky.
No, those Magic the Gathering.
Well, we're so picky. We are.
Saying, sorry.
I'm not judging anybody here. He's throwing the shade.
I'm throwing the shade here.
Think of it. I want to say. Think of it this way. I don't know. call it fat as you will. I'm gonna call it fat. I don't care how you see it. Think of it as a buffet. You got a variety of different stuff. Think about the comic books being your variety of choices, right? Sure, people are gonna pick their own food. They're gonna tell you, get this one, it's really good. You're gonna be picky on it, yeah. But in the end, even though based on the judgment, in the end, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have your food and you're gonna enjoy your meal.
Wow. That or you get food poisoning.
That's how you should really take it. That's just my analogy of the food buffet.
Oh, that's good.
In the end, you're just gonna enjoy it, and nothing else is gonna matter.
Are you implying that we're gonna eat later?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
But in all seriousness, you guys, I'm not rich. But in all seriousness, though, you guys, this is something that I've always wanted to talk about because in live streams, I would get asked questions about like how would I feel or how do I feel knowing that Thor is now becoming a woman, and I personally don't give a shit.
Or that Ben Affleck's Batman.
And I still don't give a shit.
Have you seen the guy?
He is
Batman.
The guy looked like he could fuck me up in a second.
He's Batman. Have you seen him? He's Batman.
He is jacked up.
Christian Bale is Nightwing stature compared to Ben Affleck.
Again, the reason why I shifted the conversation from being something like very strong like that into this is because we got to remember something. Whether you're a comic book reader, a casual comic book reader, or just somebody who just personally just enjoys watching the cinematic universes or the animated films of these things, we all have to come to an agreement that we are. I don't know. I mean, I've grown up with the mentality that the only place I felt more at home was being surrounded by the people who had the same interests as me. But as I got older, I got to see how actually corrupt it gets. Not corrupt. It gets more. It just goes bad. It becomes spoiled, and in general, like I feel it shouldn't be that way. Like we're all into something like this. Why can't we be more accepting of the fact that there's a character coming out that's black? And it's taking on a very iconic role. Again, Val Zod, Black Superman, he looks legit. I'm sorry, but that costume looks awesome. The character in Earth 2 is just amazing in general. Then you have, Batwoman almost being led like a.
She is a lesbian.
I know she is, but I'm saying like the marriage. The reason why I say it's so specific is because it's just like, DC pulled it because I think there was so many complaints, or they were afraid to take that step further. I don't know, whatever their decision was, I'm sure they had their specific reason for it. But the reason why I say like that is just, just to focus on letting you guys know that it's just that. Like, they almost pulled this thing there. And I was almost ready to go out and buy all the trades of Batwoman up to this point.
What he's saying is that he's pretty much summarizing that all his life he's been surrounded by people who he shared the same interests with. And he's saying that it's a good thing, but it's also detrimental to you, especially as a person, because you don't see anything else except the thing you're around with.
You always see negativity. You never see things that are being supportive. I was always surrounded by a bunch of people who were negative, so if I ever come off as saying things negative, it's more of like me being defensive. It has nothing to do with me attacking somebody. I never make threats to someone saying, "Oh, you like this character because he's gay." "Oh, you're probably just gonna turn gay." No, that's stupid. You're not.
You don't have to.
And even if for some reason this book opens your mind and you realize this is who you actually are, then fucking congratulations. You actually just came out being brave about something.
Yeah.
And
you're
again,
one of the very few that actually accepted that.
And again, I just hope that comic book readers in the future one day can just be 99% more, accepting than how we stand now. Like, it shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't have to go out and be so judgmental on these things.
Years are changing, people. Years are changing. Things are going to be changing. Like, you guys got to get over that fact, too, with the whole logo changing. It's going to change. Accept it, and that's it.
Anything else you guys want to say?
I think we're pretty much done. I want to hear your guys. I mean, we all want to hear your feedback after this. We really do. How do you guys take it?
Let us know. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. That's pretty much what we have now, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. That's what I'm hoping for. So, thank you guys so much for watching.
Green Lantern's gay, but it's okay.
It's
Or
okay.
a woman. And today we got a special guest coming in.
No,
Wait. Oh, the door's blocked, is it? Special guest today, John Stalin, who's also secretly a Green Lantern.
What you should do? Just cut to, just him holding the dog. Don't even mention the dog.
just have it come in.
Alright.
No, just cut, and then the next scene, it's like you just holding a dog. Don't even mention it at all.
Right here's perfect.
And then let me get one cradling him.
Everyone just gets a
And then
piece.
switch.
Hey,
We show
Whoever-
Raul for like a split second here, just going like.
No, whoever is talking holds the dog. I don't know.
And then have Raul come in here and then be like, wait, who's got the camera? Who got the dog?